Alright, hello and welcome back everybody to Tango Simulations for another UH-1 mission in the UN campaign. And if you watched my previous video, you would understand that this mission that we're about to play is actually a very simple transfer flight. The objective of this mission, and I don't know why Pedro is not speaking, the objective of this mission is to ferry some kind of general around various different checkpoints and points of interest in this area of the Caucasus. So what we're going to be doing right now is we're heading off to the sea, and I don't know why my flying is so bad at the moment. But yeah, we are heading towards the sea because the general that we're picking up is actually aboard some type of destroyer, maybe an Arleigh-Burke, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what type of destroyer exactly, but yeah, all we have to do is go pick him up. I won't be flying very high. I think I'm going to stick to 1,000 feet, simply because, as I said, we're going to be landing on a ship, and I feel like there's no point climbing really high and then having to bleed all that altitude. Naval ops with helicopters are not as difficult as they seem. You just need to master the hover. If you've mastered the hover and hover taxiing as well, it's going to be very easy for you to land on a helipad on a ship. All you have to do basically is to match the ship's speed with your speed, and then you slowly creep towards the helipad. Now I know that I think the usual method is to go on the side of the ship and then hover to the left or to the right, but I think I'm probably going to approach from behind. We'll see how we do it. By the way, let me remind you that those beautiful textures, including snowless winter, is from Bartek's improved Caucasus mod. I'll probably give you a link to try out for yourself. Normally I think this mission is supposed to be all white, full snow, but I find that too boring, and Bartek provides an amazing makeover of the Caucasus, and I'm a very big fan of the snowless winter of his. It makes the map a lot more interesting.
GSO, Springfield 2.
Springfield 2, Garuson, cleared to land.
Gerusin, what the fuck even Gerusin means? I know this campaign was made by Russians, so maybe it means something in Russian. If you go to the mission editor, everything is named in Russian. I sincerely hope that the replay does not get fucked, because I would really like to show you some cinematics with the ship. By the way, is the ship moving or is it stationary? If it's stationary, it's even easier than I thought. But even if it was moving, it's not particularly hard to land on a ship, believe me. Now obviously we need to slow down as best as we can. Keep getting lower and lower as well. Be ready to compensate once we fall below 40 knots. Compensating. Okay. So we are a bit fast right now. I don't want to move forwards at such a great speed, please. So I'm not handling it very well right now, but it's fine. Okay, we need to get lower. We're too high. And make sure our approach is super slow. Right now we're too fast. There we go. That's a nice approach. We're a bit off center. Try to fix it. Nose down a little bit. Reduce power a bit backwards. There we go. This wasn't perfect, but it was good enough. Especially after being so rusty. Turns out the ship is not moving, so that's a plus. But even if it was, it would be just marginally harder.
Good day, gentlemen.
Good day, sir.
Are we ready? Let's get on our way. Commander, proceed with takeoff.
You may want to buckle your harness, General. It can get a little rough in the air.
As you say, Commander. It's your helicopter.
The voice acting is dog shit. By the way, if you guys noticed, we're with Miguel, not Pedro. Apparently Pedro has been assigned to a different duty, and I think from now on we're always going to be flying with Miguel. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's how it is. Alright, so the bearing to Zugdidi, which is our first sort of navigation point, is about 13 on the magnetic compass. Okay, careful separation from the ship.
Commander,
That wasn't so careful if I'm being honest, but
Affirmative,
whatever.
sir.
So let's go to our first point, Sugdidi.
God, the voice acting is so god awful.
Commander, is this where you were fired on with those reporters?
Yes, sir.
I hope they published a good story. Did we ever find the criminals?
Negative, sir. We sent out a patrol to look for them, but came up empty.
I haven't received any word of attacks here. What do your pilots say?
Yes, everything is fine, sir. We haven't had any problems flying over Sudili.
Good. Why don't you follow the river here through the city, and then we'll head for the next point.
Alright, we could do that. I was looking at the map trying to figure out the bearing. I never got it, to be honest, because they started speaking and I had to get back out of the map for you guys to be able to hear the dialogue. Maybe I will go on autopilot again and grab that bearing really quickly, just to be sure. But look at the map, guys. Isn't it beautiful? Again, Bartex, Caucasus redone, I think it's called. I forget the precise name. I imagine it would look even better from higher up still with a jet. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. This is precisely what the Caucasus needed. Just specks of snow here and there. Makes for a beautiful scenery.
Judging by the mountains, we're approaching checkpoint 5.
That's correct, sir.
I want to speak with the commander there. Take us down to checkpoint 5 for a few minutes.
Understood, sir.
That slowdown was just perfect. Alright. This is good enough, I think.
Great. Give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to talk with the commanding officer.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alright, I think we're all done here. Next, I'd like to see where you lost that helicopter. It's not far from here, right?
That's correct, sir. Along this river into the canyon for 8 kilometers and then off to the right.
Let's do that.
Alright, so from where we stand... Oops, what's the bearing? Okay, so I see we just drive into this canyon and then turn right. Bearing is 54 magnetic. Okay, let's do that. Alright, really good pickup. Always nice to see. Alright. Let's make sure we gain some altitude.
Is this the place?
Oh, is it?
Affirmative, sir.
And that's your helicopter down there?
Yes, sir.
Get us a little closer. I want to get a better
It
look.
must be there, yeah. Oh, so he wants a close look. God damn it! So much for climbing. Could it be down there on that patch? Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. This is going to be a bit tricky. Isn't this close enough? How close do you want to go, Mr. General? You're giving me a hard time. You're giving me a goddamn hard time. How closer do you want to go? Do you want me to land, actually? Maybe he wants me to land. Maybe that's what he wants. Fuck, I got into VRS. That was super scary.
It doesn't look very damaged to me. Can't we evacuate it?
Unfortunately, it isn't flyable in that condition, sir. It needs repair. It would be possible to lift using a heavy helicopter, but we don't have any at our disposal here.
I see. I will try to do something about that.
Okay, is that it?
Let's go to the next checkpoint. We can just cross over the ridge. Yes?
Yes, sir. That is how we normally do it.
Perfect.
I've got a feeling that flying to 6,000 feet over a ridge isn't very realistic. If any of you is a helicopter pilot, let me know. I was under the impression that helicopters do not fly so high because their engine performance gets absolutely fucked. I mean, not their engine performance, but maybe the rotor performance. Like, the air is a lot thinner up here. So you need more and more power to operate in these altitudes. You can already see that I've bled a sizable amount of my speed, and the helicopter is still kind of struggling to get over. But in the end, it's okay. Apparently, if we follow the river, we'll reach the next checkpoint. So let's keep heading down there, because I imagine that the general will want to visit the checkpoint in person. Alright, this landing zone is complete dog shit, so this is gonna be tricky. Alright. That was decent enough.
Give me a couple of minutes.
Of course, General.
Of course, we almost tipped over, but it's because of the slope of the hill. I did not calculate it correctly. I thought it was way less sloped than it was. So it's always ugly to see, but you know, it's stupid. The LZ is completely wrong. I don't understand why they decided to set up an LZ right here. I mean, they didn't set up an LZ, excuse me. They just set up the checkpoint. But for us to land on the checkpoint, this doesn't make any sense. It's a completely wrong spot. But it is what it is. .158 magnetic for the next checkpoint.
All done. On to checkpoint 8.
Yes, sir, if you give me just a moment, please. Alright. Off we go, ladies and gents, for the final checkpoint of this mission. I know it's been kinda boring. In fact, I think that this mission is the worst mission in the campaign. But it is what it is. Good news is that the next missions, up until the very end, are gonna be quite exciting. No more ferrying around, unless I'm very much mistaken. From what I remember, it's all combat from now on, so we are gonna get ourselves a very explosive end for this campaign. And recently I've been in a good mood with DCS, and I was thinking that maybe, just maybe, I would like to get into some other campaigns as well. Now, I don't know if it's gonna be helicopters, I don't know if it's gonna be jets. Honestly, no bloody idea. But if you would like to see something in particular, I would really appreciate it if you told me so. And then I can take your preference into consideration and try to cook something up. Right now though, if I'm just going to follow my gut, I either want to do Paradise Lost for the Huey, which is a pseudo-Vietnam campaign. It's not real Vietnam, it's in the Mariana Islands. And the other idea that I've got is actually doing a Mirage 2000 campaign, specifically the free Mirage 2000 campaign that's included with the product. It's a kind of tutorial campaign to get you used to the Mirage. But I really like it. I played it back in 2019 or 2020 and I loved it. I know the Mirage has had some trouble before with Razbam and all the stupid little drama with Eagle Dynamics and Razbam. So I'll have to check whether it's playable or not, because it wasn't playable like a month ago. So yeah, I'll have to check. If it is playable, it's a very good candidate for next campaign, because as much as I love helicopters in the Huey, I kinda want something different. Or I may just do Vietnam with the Huey, which is, you know, it's probably the best campaign the Huey has, Paradise Lost. That's what everyone says, and I think I'm gonna like it myself.
Sir, should we plan to land here as well?
No, I think I have the general idea. Let's just take a look from above, make sure everything's okay. Follow the river to Kutaisi.
Okay, that's easy enough.
Commander, do you know the location of the Peacekeepers HQ?
Negative, sir.
On the west side of the city, between two abandoned airstrips. You'll see the airbase there. Request landing on frequency 240.0. They mark the landing point for you. I'll get off there.
Campari, Springfield 2.
Springfield 2, Campari, go ahead.
Request landing on mark.
You are cleared to land, marking a landing point with orange smoke.
The thing with white smoke, with the orange smoke, excuse me, is I can't see the landing zone. Do we... Ah, okay, so here's the UN headquarters. Okay, so we'll just park it somewhere around here. Okay, I see, I see. Can we stop climbing, please? Why did we pick up translation on lift? Okay, let's try this from the start. Let's try this from the start. Let's try this from the start, because this doesn't make any sense at all, but whatever it is, what it is. We can just do a go around. No biggie. That was a bit more tricky than I wanted it to be, but at this point, I don't care.
All right, Commander. Thank you for the ride. This is my stop. You can return to base.
Right away,
Yeah.
sir.
Finally. Anyhow, I'll see you all back to base. You know the drill by now. The video is over, but I'll say my goodbyes on the base. Anyhow, here's the base. Let's try to not fuck up the final landing of this mission. That was beautiful, actually. That was actually beautiful. So, you see, guys, I can do whatever I want with a Huey, but sometimes I fuck up, and I definitely did fuck up in the UN building. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully, the more missions I do with a Huey, now that I'm back, the more skill will return to me, because it's like picking up the bike. Maybe it feels a bit weird in the beginning. But you get used to it. Yeah, as I said already, the video is finished. Please do make sure to like, subscribe, comment and share if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, that's completely fine. You can leave. But if you did like the video, please interact with the video, like, comment, subscribe, share, because you tell the algorithm that this Tengu dude is kinda good. Recommend him to more people. Otherwise, the algorithm pretends my videos don't exist. It never recommends them to anyone. They never show up in search results. They never do anything of this sort. And it's a bit gutting, not gonna lie, when you put so much effort and nothing happens. So I'd appreciate any and all help you guys can give. That said, we're done with this mission. Next missions are gonna be very interesting, very combat centric. I'll see you on the next ones. Tengu signing out. Good flying.